Have you ever thought about how a character's weapon can define them in a story? Let's mull over this. A weapon, at first glance, may appear to be merely an object, a tool for conflict or protection. But in the hands of a character, it becomes an extension of their identity, a reflection of their personality, and often a marker of their past. Take James Bond, for instance. His choice of weapon, the sleek and reliable Walther PPK, mirrors his own characteristics. It's not just a gun, it's a symbol of Bond's precision, efficiency, and style. It's compact, reliable, and deadly, just like 007 himself. Similarly, in the world of wizardry, we have Harry Potter and his unique wand. This wand, made of holly and possessing a phoenix feather core, isn't just a tool for casting spells. It represents Harry's rare connection with the dark wizard Voldemort. It's a symbol of his destiny, his struggles, and the immense power he holds. It's not just a wand, it's a testament to Harry's journey and his character. Weapons can also hint at a character's history. A knight's sword could be a family heirloom, passed down through generations, carrying tales of valor and honor. A detective's revolver could be a memento from their first solved case, a reminder of how far they've come. These examples show us how weapons can be more than just inanimate objects. They can be imbued with personality, history, and meaning. They can reflect the character's identity, their struggles, and triumphs. They can become characters themselves, playing crucial roles in the narrative. As you can see, a weapon can be much more than a tool. It can be a symbol, a piece of history, or even a character in its own right. So, how exactly does a weapon influence a character's development? Well, let's take a step into the realm of storytelling where objects, particularly weapons, carry significant weight. In many narratives, our heroes and heroines don't just wield tools of combat, they build relationships with them. These weapons become extensions of their identities, driving their development, shaping their destinies, and reflecting their personal growth. Imagine Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, for instance. His lightsaber is not just a weapon, it's a symbol of his transformation. As a farm boy, he begins his journey with a simple practice drone. Yet, as he evolves into a Jedi Knight, his weapon also transforms, from a simple tool to a symbol of power and responsibility. His relationship with his lightsaber mirrors his growth, his internal struggles, and his acceptance of his destiny. Or consider Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. She starts as a simple girl from District 12, using her bow and arrows to provide for her family. As her story unfolds, her bow becomes more than a means of survival. It evolves into an emblem of resistance against the Capitol. Her mastery of the bow reflects her transformation from a hunter to a symbol of rebellion. These examples highlight how a character's relationship with their weapon can be a dynamic, evolving process. It can showcase their initial innocence, their struggles, their triumphs, and ultimately, their growth. The weapon is not simply a tool for combat, it's a companion on the character's journey, a silent witness to their transformation. It's also worth noting that a weapon can challenge a character's beliefs and fears. It can push them out of their comfort zones, forcing them to confront their inner demons, to adapt, and to evolve. The weapon, therefore, becomes a metaphor for the character's journey, their growth, and their struggles. But a weapon isn't just a tool or a companion, it can also be a source of conflict. And this conflict, my friends, is the lifeblood of any gripping narrative. Let's take a look at J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, where the One Ring isn't merely a piece of jewelry. It's a weapon of immense power that stirs conflict on multiple levels. For Frodo, the ring's bearer, it's a personal struggle against corruption and the overwhelming urge to wield the ring's power. On a larger scale, it's the catalyst for war, setting kingdoms against each other in a desperate scramble for power. And then there's J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. The Elder Wand, one of the legendary Deathly Hallows, is a weapon that causes strife both within characters and between them. For Harry, it's a moral dilemma. Should he use this powerful weapon to defeat Voldemort, even if it means potentially becoming corrupted by its power? And among the wizarding world, it's a source of contention, a symbol of power that fuels ambitions, sparks betrayals, and ignites battles. These weapons, the One Ring and the Elder Wand, they are more than just objects. They're catalysts for conflict. They force characters to face their darkest fears and deepest desires. They pit friends against each other and ignite wars. They challenge characters' beliefs and force them to make difficult choices. But it's not just about the conflict that arises from the existence of these powerful weapons. It's also about how characters react to these conflicts, how they handle the temptation of power, the fear of corruption, the pressure of war. These reactions, these choices, they shape the characters. They define them. They drive their growth. These weapons, they don't just create conflict, they create opportunities for character development. They force characters to evolve, to grow, to change. They push the narrative forward, adding layers of complexity and depth. In this way, a weapon can be a powerful plot device, driving the story forward and adding layers of complexity. Whether it's a ring, a wand, a sword, or something entirely out of the box, a weapon can be so much more than just a tool. It can be a source of conflict, a catalyst for growth, and a driving force in your narrative. Now, how can you create a unique weapon that adds depth and complexity to your characters and your story? This is a question that many writers grapple with, and it's not as difficult as it might seem. Firstly, consider giving your weapons special characteristics. It could be a sword that only ignites when its wielder is in true danger, or a firearm that never misses its mark, but exacts a heavy toll on the shooter's physical strength. These characteristics not only make the weapon unique, but they also open up a whole new realm of possibilities for your story. Take the Elder Wand from the Harry Potter series, for example. This wand, which is more powerful than any other in the wizarding world, can only truly belong to a wizard who has defeated its previous owner. This single characteristic of the wand sets up many of the conflicts and plot twists in the series. Secondly, you can tie the weapon to your character's history or personal journey. Maybe it's a family heirloom passed down through generations, or a tool they crafted themselves during a pivotal moment in their life. This not only adds depth to your character, but it also makes the weapon feel like a natural extension of them. In The Lord of the Rings, the sword Anduril is reforged from the shards of Narsil, the sword that cut the One Ring from Sauron's hand. This sword, tied to Aragorn's lineage and destiny, becomes a symbol of hope and resistance against the dark forces. Lastly, consider having the weapon challenge the character's beliefs or fears. Perhaps using the weapon forces them to confront aspects of themselves they'd rather ignore. Or maybe the weapon's power tempts them to stray from their path. In Star Wars, Luke Skywalker's journey with his lightsaber is a perfect example. The weapon is not just a tool for fighting, it's a symbol of the Jedi Order, and Luke's struggle with it mirrors his struggle to stay on the path of the light side of the Force. Remember, the key to creating a memorable weapon is to make it an integral part of your character and your story. So, why are weapons so important in character development, you might ask? Well, let's revisit the main points we've discussed. Firstly, a weapon can be a powerful tool to define a character's identity. The choice of weapon can say a lot about who the character is, what they value, and how they approach problems. For instance, a character who wields a double-edged sword might be seen as bold and confrontational, while one who prefers a long-range bow may be perceived as strategic and cautious. Secondly, a weapon can be a driving force behind a character's development. It can challenge a character, push them out of their comfort zone, and test their beliefs and fears. For example, a character who starts out with a simple dagger might gradually learn to master more complex weapons, reflecting their growth and evolution throughout the story. Thirdly, a weapon can generate conflict, adding depth and complexity to the story. It can be a source of tension between characters or a catalyst for plot twists. Imagine a story where two characters are vying for the same legendary weapon, or where a character's weapon is stolen, forcing them to adapt and overcome. Lastly, creating unique weapons can make your story more memorable and engaging. By adding unique twists or characteristics to your weapons, you can captivate your readers and build a loyal fan following. Think outside the box and create weapons that are reasonably believable and intriguing. In essence, the importance of weapons in character development is multifaceted. They can shape a character's identity, spur their development, introduce conflict, and make your story stand out. They're not just tools for combat, they're tools for storytelling. So next time you're crafting a character, consider their weapon. It might just be the key to their development and to your story's success. Thank you for tuning in as we tackled the art of refining your character's weapon in this video. If you're looking to enhance your storytelling by upgrading your character's armament, you're in the right place. Take the next step in your writing journey by downloading the Charlie app now. Don't miss the chance to elevate your storytelling with the help of Charlie. Go to www.charlieapp.com.